Good afternoon from Chez Moi. It is February the 24th, and we're going to do our first real hive inspection of the spring for 2018. What you haven't seen, I took a video of, but I couldn't get it to upload. Galadriel was booming. I put some feed on both of them with some Honeybee Healthy last Saturday, so a week ago. They had the most beautiful brood pattern. I'm hoping it still obtains here. They weren't taking it. They'd taken like half an inch in a day. So I'm thinking that we're in the midst of a honey flow. But we're basically going to clean up, see what there is to be seen. If there's a possibility that there may be a queen cell here in Galadriel, in which case I have a nuke all ready to go. There's a possibility there's not a queen cell, but she's using all her frames, in which case I have a full 8 hive bodied ready to go. Lilith, I think we're just going to check on because she's always lagged behind a little bit. So here we go. I've already blown a little smoke in the entrance. Let's see, can we see that? Oh, one other thing that I should mention is that when I put this on, I actually reversed the hive bodies so that, what was the upper box became the lower box. And in doing so, I accidentally tipped over what had been the upper box where all the bees were, with a small hive beetle trap in it. So oil got on a couple of frames, and I am hoping I didn't kill the queen. It doesn't sound like I did. Oh, hello, hive beetles. You're going to have to die. I hate you. I hate you. I fully think that some of my hive beetle problems are strictly due to the fact that I like to go in here a lot, and I disrupt the sequestering the bees have done. Okay, so they've finally taken all of that, which means I'll probably give them other pint of Honeybee Healthy feed I have made, simply because I don't want it to go to waste. And, it can't hurt to boost them. So we're just going to leave that over here for the time being. We're going to put the outer cover down. I'm going to put you down kitty corner. And then if we need to pull any frames, we have a place for those frames to go. Put you down gently, get out of the way, bees. Alright, those are a lot of bees. How are we looking? Now let's get a little closer. Those are a lot of bees. Alright. It's 76. It's about 1 p.m. Oh, there's a hive beetle. You must die. You must die. Let's see. I'm not digging that I'm already seeing quite a few hive beetles. But you know what you're going to do. See if we can get them to go down a little bit. Alright, now we're going to pop the inner cover. Try to do it gently so as not to disturb them too much. These have actually been very gentle bees. They're bee weaver queens again. That's hive beetle number 5 that we've squished. They're bee weaver queens that came, September 26th, I think it was. Oh my God, what a sight of beauty. What a beautiful sight. So on the inner cover, there's a bunch of bees. I'm going to put that by the entrance. Walk in if they want to. I'm not sure where to begin. Let's begin with Begin. Let's get them all down a little bit. And I guess we'll pull this outer frame and see what there is to be seen. I see a hive beetle hiding. Squish. There you go. So the small hive beetle trap in this box, in this hive, there's 2, and they are both in the bottom box as of now. The way I am seeing this, if I've got brood in these upper frames, then I think it very well may be time for a new hive body. I expect this to be honey, maybe a little pollen. If it's brood, we definitely need to consider adding. Oh, look at that beautiful, beautiful honey. Look at that. You see that? They're not happy with me about that. Lots of hive beetles. I'm not enjoying that. Let me put that over here. I've let the chickens out, and I've encouraged them in recent days to, well, they don't like me at all. I've encouraged them to forage around here in an effort to get them to eat hive beetle larvae. Okay, so I am looking for queen right signs. And I am seeing beautiful honey signs. And way too many small hive beetle signs. So I think I'm going to have to call Southeastern Insectaries, Dr. Tedders, and say, hey, look at them. They're between every frame. I mean, I guess that's where they're supposed to be, but still. Ooh, I squished a lot of bees last time. Look at all those bees on the board. Oh my goodness, that's so heavy with honey and pollen. Heavy with honey and pollen. Okay, I'm going to put this over here, and on this side, also honey and pollen. Okay. Well, we may be needing to free up the brood chamber. But, you know, we haven't gotten to the middle, so let's take another look. Again, there was a beautiful queen right pattern going on. In the bottom box last week, so I'm not that worried about this queen's pattern as long as this queen is still here. Propolized everything. There we go. Okay, what we got here? This looks a little empty. We got pollen, we got honey. Pollen and honey. So this is a frame on which I'd expect some larvae, really. But I'm not seeing any larvae. Unfortunately, the sun has gone away. Oh, wait, is that one? Is that a larva? I don't know. I don't see capped larvae, that's for sure. I'd really rather not go into this bottom box, but I need to see what's going on. I don't want them honey bound, because technically this is a second-year queen who could swarm on me. Again, it's only February 26th. It's a beautiful day. It's nearing 80, but, you know, we could still, even here in God's country, get a late snow. Alrighty, here we go. We've got some queen sign. You see all those larvae? Let's get good and close. They are swimming in royal jelly. There's pollen around the comb. I don't want to chill the brood too long. but these are just beautiful. Which tells me that I think, yes, I want to put another hive body on. The one thing I'm going to do, besides smoke the area, because they're getting really upset with me, the one thing I want to do is I'm going to put this back together, and then I'm going to break apart the two hive bodies, because what I need to see is that there are no queen cells. They might have a supersedure cell, whatever you want to call it, on the on a face of a frame. If that's the case, then I'm going to let them do it. But if they've got swarm cells, as I said, I've got myself a 5-frame nuke all ready to go. So I'm going to get this nice and tight back together as gently as possible, which is a little bit difficult because my gloves are just a touch too big. That is the story of my life, though. I'm exactly 5 feet tall on a good day, and after a chiropractic adjustment, if I pick my afro up. So consequently, most things in life are just a little bit too big for me. First class on airlines is wasted on me. My feet don't touch the ground. Whenever I get the exit row, because I fly for business a lot and we get that kind of privilege, I always find the biggest guy I can find and make his day. As long as he's not in the middle seat. Even I won't sit in the middle seat. Alright. So this is honey and pollen. I'm going to put it back the way we found it. As gently and slowly as possible. And I'm not smoking them very purposely because I don't particularly want them to go down. I am going to take all these corpses off. That's just gross. Nobody wants to have to smell the bodies of their friends, right? Sisters even. Alright. I will smoke the air a little bit. So I've got a beautiful brood pattern in Galadriel. We're going to be really careful after we put this back together. Oh. Lift that back up because I think I've squished some bees. Take my hive tool. Let it smoke a little bit. I don't know how others feel about it, but I tend to smoke around my bees more than I smoke on my bees. I don't really want to, I feel like I don't want to disrupt what's going on in the hive. I just want to calm them down away from me. Okay. So I'm going to pop this hive body. Where'd my chickens go? There they are. I'm just going to tilt her up. Can we see this? Ooh, that's heavy. That's like 50 pounds. Don't want it to tilt too far. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to show this on the camera. But there are no queen cells. So I am going to smoke the bottom box. Just to get them to go down a little bit. There we go. Which also, coincidentally, freed a couple of small hive beetles. Alright. Well, you know, I think I've seen enough. I know that they have a beautiful brood pattern. I know that they're laying. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to close them up. And I'm going to go grab my other box. I'm just going to put the inner cover on. Just a second. So I don't incite any robbing or anything. Oh, squished bee, I'm so sorry. I'm very gentle about it. Okay, I'm just going to run up the hill and get my other box. I am back. So what I've got here is a mixture of drawn frames and empty frames and frames with like little starter pieces on them. And so what I'm going to make sure right now is that we're flush. We are. And then I am going to actually transfer each of these frames out of the box they're in, which is an old name box to Myris, which has a lot of wax moth damage. Damn it, the hive beetles. Which has a lot of wax moth damage. So I don't really want to use that box. I'm going to put what was the feeder hive body on. And then I'm going to transfer the frames one by one. Okay. You're not going to get out of the way, so I'm going to have to smoke you. There we go. I think I've killed the minimum of bees by putting that on. Alright. So now we're just going to put frames in one by one. These, as I said, let's see, can we see? Let's roll it up a little bit. There we go. These frames are mildly moldy, kind of old, but generally pretty good. So I'm just going to put them on very gently. That's an empty, completely empty frame. Nothing, not even a guide on it. And I'm very purposely trying to put the nicest frames towards the center so the queen can come up and lay. I don't use a queen excluder, mostly because honey is not my main concern. I like to think of myself as a perpetual second-year beekeeper, so I'm always trying to make more bees. Honey is nice, but bees are what I really want. See, some of these frames were damaged. I cut out the nasty parts. But I think they're going to be happy. So I'm going to put the inner cover on, and I'm going to put that to Myris box on top of this as a feeder. I'm going to give them a little bit more honeybee healthy. done feeding until like July, when our dearth normally happens. Oops. You see me put that leaf in there? Don't put trash in your hive. There we go. Trash does not belong in the hive. Now I'm taking a chance in putting this frame on the outermost. I'm kind of hoping that they will draw some drone combs so I can do some drone trapping. But regardless, I'm going to make sure that that one is not violating bee space, because I don't want them drawing funky, oversized comb over there. So I'm going to make sure that one is up against the wall, because this one over here is already drawn, so they can't really expand it too much. There we go. All right. That is super cool and awesome, people. Here's my inner cover with leaves on it. Look at all these bees on the inner cover. Pretty, pretty bees. Lots of propolis. Okay. I know I didn't go down to the bottom and look for queen cells, but we're going to do something that one should never do. We're going to assume that they're doing pretty well, because that was a beautiful, we're probably going to see the same brood pattern over here when we take a look at Lilith, because those queens were from the exact same source, exact same age, and I can't say enough good things about bee weaver queens. I'm not getting any pay from bee weaver folk, but I really, really, really like their queens. They're my second favorite queens. Okay. I'm going to put the outer cover on this for just a second while I run up and get another feed bottle. But basically, this hive is doing awesome. So that's going to conclude our hive inspection of Galadriel. Next we'll do Lilith.